It was amazing.
Oh, it
A
was
good
amazing.
day to
Okay.
you.
Dang. How
It
was
was
it amazing?
amazing.
What did you do? Amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing because
Did you go slap
I
a you go
I
slap
was
a midget?
I
You
was
go slap a midget in the head or
I was
something?
in the
What you do?
village.
Oh,
I went
okay.
to the village.
Okay. How,
Yeah, it's always amazing in the Rift Valley, you know.
okay. How your parents doing?
My parents are actually in the city. It is my grandparents who are
Oh,
there in the village.
okay. Well, how your grandparents doing?
They're doing amazing, just taking care of their cattle and many sheep.
All right. Okay. Ain't nobody raiding them, right? They're not getting raided or anything, right?
No,
They're not getting no cattle rustlers coming in, knocking them in the head and stealing the cattle and that.
yeah,
All right.
so for those of you who just joined me, I was live on the network for quite a few minutes, but I'm now live on Facebook, YouTube, and on our two YouTube channels. This is a Black Hot Fire News Update with me, Dimore. Today, I started a bit early today because I wasn't there on Saturday due to unavoidable circumstances. But I'm here to talk about all the propaganda and all the facts. And we are going to start by talking about something that has come up, something that has been there for some times, but it is now gaining. I don't know why all of a sudden people are starting to talk about it more often. You know, people did not used to talk about it as much as they did, as much as, and I've covered this in one of my shows with you, Kid.
What is
It
that?
is the question of universal basic, which is called
Oh,
the
income?
UBI, the question of the universal basic income.
Yeah, so I try to,
So
well,
today we are going to be talking about, yeah,
yeah, the
we are going to
universal
be talking
basic
about the
income.
universal income.
Yeah, what that is, yeah, I think they start passing out in Kenya because of what it do. It's a control system, family. It's called a UBI because they've taken all away the job and they worry about people revolting against them. The leaders have stolen everything. They've stolen the world wealth. They've stolen everything. And I like to call them elite because there's a certain group of people who they are, and we know who the hell they are. But they can't be said. They're the ones that destroyed Africa, the ones messed up everything around the world. These people. Let's just say they're bombing the hell out of people in Gaza right now. Let's just say that. Let's be cryptic in our language. They've stolen everything. And so now, since there's
Mhm.
nothing to steal no more, they figured they better give you a UBI before everybody uprising and overthrow their ass before they got enough time to, GENIOCDE everybody. Okay? That's what the scam is about. It is not about helping you. See, when you're poor, you don't understand. You're like, oh, somebody's gonna give me some free money. You don't understand what it means because you've been poor. I'm getting all you know is that you're getting some kind of money. And you don't understand what that's
So let
for.
me let me start by explaining what UBI is, maybe to somebody who's watching or who is going to watch this stream later and they do not have an idea what the hell UBI is. So UBI, according to, I'm going to define it according to how they have defined it. According to them, UBI is this universal basic payment system where everybody in the world will receive a certain amount of money at the end of the month, regardless of their social status. So that means somebody in Congo and Joe Biden will receive the same amount of money at the end of the month for being alive. So it is basically an income that is paid to everybody, regardless of their social status, regardless of what they do. So that is what they have defined it. And the main reason they gave, so it is not a new concept. It has been there for quite a long time. It has been there for quite a long time. But right now it's taking the narrative of there's so much automation that is going to happen, and you saw that by 2030 artificial intelligence will be 100 times more intelligent than human beings. So what that means is in the next few years, this is just but a fact. In the next few years, a lot of automation is going to happen. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. You saw even with I saw kids trying on this new voice lab AI. So that means even people who used to do voiceovers are going to lose their jobs in the next few years because nobody is going to hire you anymore to do voiceovers when they can do
They
it
do
using
AI.
AI. Yeah, so
Mhm.
that is a fact. AI is going to really kick so many people away, out of their jobs. Be it a lot of
It
people are
would
going to lose
it
jobs.
wouldn't be bad. It would be
That is
bad
the
if
way that we
it,
are
it wouldn't be bad if we didn't live in such a sinister, evil
right.
culture that these individuals have set up. Nothing that no systems that they ever designed were ever for the benefit of humanity. Nothing. So these systems
Yes.
are going to be wicked. That's who they are.
Yeah, so I was trying to explain how they are riding on the AI wave with the universal basic income. So right now, we saw Elon Musk speak over the weekend, and there's been this other guy who's been speaking. His name is, I don't remember his name well, but there's this other guy. So they have been riding on the automation wave, telling people, you know what, in the next few years, have a job. AI will have replaced you. What are you going to eat? So let's create this system where we are going to deduct. So this is how they are putting it. They are putting it in such an attractive way, kids. So they are saying they are going to look at who is going to benefit more from the automation. Then those who are going to benefit more from the automation will have to pay a certain amount to the UBI, to the body that will be set to handle UBI. So those who will lose their jobs will not have so much problems, because apparently they are going to receive money at the end of the month. So that is
That's
how
a lie.
they are
That's a
branding
lie.
it right
You
now.
better. That's a lie.
Yeah, they're
You
branding
better.
it.
That's a lie. You better understand what Agenda 2030 is. Go research Agenda 2030. Signed 30 years ago. 30 plus years ago in Rio de Janeiro, called Agenda 2030. And go read the WF papers. They can hit them now. Everybody started going to the World Economic Forum. What they said they wanted to do. They said, don't need all you motherfuckers no more. They don't need you. So, and the world's too overpopulated, which is not. That's their words. The world's too overpopulated. That's what they saying. So understand, this is called eugenics. Go back and start researching what eugenics is from 150 years ago. Same people talk about
Mhm.
eugenics. Same people talking about this UBI. You gotta be able to connect the dots. You gotta. There's a pattern and a beginning to all this. That is the reason why they dumbed down the world. Understand? People were smarter, Demoria, 150 years ago than they are today. They purposely dumbed down the world. Purposely. Oh, and I knew that because me being an avid reader, and when you read any kind of literature, you would see that the vocabulary was much greater back then. And I was like, whoa, this book is from 1918? And this how they talk back in 1918?
And what you are saying is what you are saying is true, kid, because the first 1750 something, it was by an English philosopher called Thomas Paine. He wrote it in a certain pamphlet that he released that was called The Agrarian Justice. That was in 17th, but they put it, it was an idea that has been there for a long, long time. They have been trying to look for a way to frame it, to quote it, to make it look so good. So since 17, it was in 1767, if I'm not wrong, that was when the first idea of UBI came about by an English philosopher, an American philosopher. His name was Thomas Paine. So right now they have just found out they've just found that wave to ride on, the automation wave. And now, and one thing for sure is that many people are going to buy the lie, because people are seeing what AI is doing. They are seeing how jobs are getting lost. Now they are being sold this beautiful, attractive side plan that even if you lose your job, you don't have to worry. We are going to pay you at the end of the month for being alive. So they are going to buy it. And when I say they're going to buy it, I'm not speaking future, I'm speaking present. A UBI project is happening in Kenya right now. There's a village in Nyanza that people
Yeah,
get
getting
paid
paid.
at the end of
Mm-hmm.
every month. Yeah, and let me share a video of that before we continue, so that you can just see that we are not talking about things that are going to happen. We are talking about things that are already happening. The UBI thing is no longer in the books. It's something that they are doing it practically. It's something that is happening right now. There are people who get paid. Is it $100? I think it's $100 every month for them to, in Kenya. They started it with Kenya. Kenya and Nigeria, as Kid always says, are the guinea pigs. They're the ones that are always used to test out ideas. And so they used Kenya, as they always do. And this is a village in Kenya that
Hearing
is
about an
earning
NGO
from UBI.
in Kenya, that worries me because there's a long history of NGOs wreaking a lot of
Exactly.
havoc.
It should worry you. NGOs
I was born
are
and
no good in
raised in
Africa.
Siaya in Western Kenya, which is not too far from Kogutu The people in the village are very similar to people I grew up around. They're my uncles, my cousins. I'm a little skeptical of white saviors, with good reason.
What inspired you guys to make the film?
It really started back in like 2017. I read an article in the New York Times by Annie Lowry, and it was about this big experiment happening in Kenya by this organization called Give Directly. And it was really about giving people free money and testing this idea of a universal basic income. And at that time, the article profiled a place, they called it the Pilot Village, where they had given lump sums of money. They had given $1,000 and just were like, see what happens. And so I got in touch with the organization and Give Directly, and they were like, oh, we're actually about to do this other much bigger thing where we're going to be giving away a UBI for 12 years. And it'll be kind of the biggest and longest experiment that's ever been done in universal basic income. And so it was really kind of through the organization that I first got access. I went to Kenya. I was
the Africans, the guinea pigs.
Arrived in
they don't know no better.
Gutu that we end up featuring in
go to Africa, let's do these dumb niggas.
And they introduced the whole idea.
All uneducated.
And I started filming with people in the village and really wanted to do in-depth.
So there was a little Swahili there. Let me translate what they were saying. Before they hugged, so the woman in red is asking the gentleman that she's hugging, even you. So she has just received her message of the money, and so she's asking the gentleman if he has also received, and they're so happy because they have received free money. Of course, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, because they're gonna be happy because they're ignorant. They don't know. They're out of world work. They don't know anything. That's why on them, because most Africans sadly are ignorant.
And had no business doing that on my own, and knew that I needed a collaborator to do this in the way that I wanted. And sort of, heard through the grapevine and really just kind of through the doc community that isn't that large after all, I had heard about Soko and his amazing film Softy. He had just premiered, or was about to premiere actually. And so my part.
So this current one that you're running in Kenya is run by an organization called Give Directly. So Give Directly is this organization. Let me check out their website and see how they work.
If you go back to it, you're gonna go back and find the elite that's running the shit. And go back to the puppet elite. Those ones you can see, the Bill Gates, a goofy Elon Musk. These are puppets. There be some puppets because the real names, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, will stay behind, so you don't know so you have no idea it's them. They're the ones that's doing it.
So let us look at their website. I'm going to come back to this video in a bit, and we are going to see what is happening with this whole. So let us look at their website and see where do they how they have branded themselves. So let me share their website. So here is their website. I hope you can see it on your screen. These are the people who are giving out.
And ask them where they get the money from. How they got free money to give out.
Apparently, these ones are asking for money.
Why do the Africans got to take donations? Why the Africans got to take loans then from IMF for bank? Everybody's got free money to give out. Go ahead.
So these ones are apparently asking for donations. The first page on their website is donate. So you donate to them, and then they say they are going to.
That ain't where that money. That's a scam. They don't. We got. They always use the poor dirty nigga. Look at the poor dirty nigga. Or as Joby calls it, got the right poverty point. Look at these wretched dirty niggas. Got flies. They're all backward and stupid and broken, fucked up. Look at these retarded niggas. Oh my God. Send us some donations so we can help these poor bastard people out, please. They might get like $12, but the majority of the money ain't coming from no donation.
And I see they have projects in Malawi. They have projects. So it is a whole big thing their profile is not even about Kenya. It looks like they now started doing it in Malawi. And of
It'll
course,
be
for the
all that,
poverty
and
porn, they have to
it
look. They
would,
have
it
to look
would,
for
it would,
people to take
it
pictures in
wouldn't,
front of huts.
it wouldn't be Kenya. Everybody sees Africa as one. You guys play tribal games. Nobody sees African people as separate, but Africans. They see you as one big. Look, this is what they see as the more. Learn this. They see you as one big nigga. You see, Africa is one big nigga. I don't care if you're in South Africa, Malawi, Gambia, Nigeria, Kenya. You're one big nigga to the world. Okay? They don't say, "Oh, this is a Kikuyu right here." They say, "What? A who?" That's one big nigga. Get out of here.
It's not even supposed to be funny. And Jiba Jaba is
It's
telling me
not.
about how UBI is already a thing in the United States. He's telling me about how Florida has UBI, $1,000 lump sum, then $600 a month for 11 months. It started in 2022. So he's saying UBI is a 12-month program in Florida. In Georgia, it's at 850 million for 2 years. In Louisiana, it is at 660 million for 12 months. In New Jersey, it's at $3,000 semi-annually for 2 years. So it's also a whole program that is running in the United States. So that is what I was telling you, kids. UBI is no longer on paper. It's something that they are now
I
looking to
know.
implement. It's something that they
I
are
live in Florida.
already
I talked
implementing.
about. I live in Florida, or I talked about that 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How they had already started implementing this, start the plans because that's to keep you docile. But all the changes come, so you won't uprise. Like I said, you got to go back and a lot of shit they took it down because people started knowing it. You got to go back to a lot of the WEF, the World Economic Forum. That was how they were telling you how they were going to run the world, what they were going to do. It is wicked as shit. A lot of that shit they taken down. People were like, what? A lot of people didn't even know who the WEF even was, Tamori. WEF, what's that? You better find out who it is. Find out who the hell the World Economic Forum is. You better find out. A lot of people didn't know. Then they start reading their papers like, what? Like, what? Yeah. So they started taking down. It's called "You Will Own Nothing and Be Happy," because they stole the world's wealth. So what do I do with your ass tomorrow? Especially you niggas. I don't even like you niggas. What am I supposed to do with you? I've already stolen the world's wealth. I got my robots now tomorrow to do the work. So I don't need your tax money. So you're not going to be paying taxes. What am I supposed to do with you? I don't like your ass. So what am I going to? What if I'm a psychopath, Demore, because the people are the type of super psychopaths? What am I going to do with you? And what am I planning to do with you? Those are questions you got to be asking. Go beyond UBI. Go beyond that. And I'm saying, if I don't need your labor, that's what I use you niggas for, to exploit. I'm gonna have robots to dig up all that shit now. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? Because the money has no intrinsic value no more because you got robots. Robots don't pay taxes. So it's a breakdown of society because you're talking about money's supposed to have a stored value. Stored value. There's no stored value anymore because there's no exchange in energy. Currency, what's called currency, is an exchange of energy. This for that. Give me my energy of labor to get this paper. So now it's an exchange of energy no more. So I don't need you. And the paper collapses, it's now worthless because there's no exchange of energy anymore. So you can't get your fake money. But all these robots up, the money's worthless. Because the whole system is different. Now, what do I do with your ass? What do I do with, now the people have always wanted to do, you know what, with us. What do I do with you, Demore? You better go back and read those if you can find them. They taking them down. They were honestly talking about they were going to genocide your ass. Honestly. What are we going to do with these people? Because we don't need you. They called you the useless eaters. Useless eaters of the world. Go ahead.
And this is what I think they're trying to do. And you can, I don't know what you think about it. You can tell me. This is what when I first heard about UBI and when I thought about it, and at that time I was reading a book by someone that I don't really like. His name is Karl Marx. So he has a book called The Communist
Yeah.
Manifesto, which
Yeah. Now understand. Now wait. Now understand. Okay. Now Karl Marx is one of those people. The cats with the small hats. Who funded Karl Marx? It was Karl Marx and Frederick Engels. Now understand? Karl Marx comes from aristocracy. Who funded? You got to go back. Who funded Karl Marx? The Rothschild family funded that no good bastard.
yeah. So
Because they
he said something that I actually think
agree.
is true. He said that this is in the, let me check for the quote. That was in the Communist Manifesto. He said the hand mills give you society with feudal lord, the steam mill
Yeah.
society with industrial capitalists. So what he was meaning was, if you control people's pockets, then you can control them. You can't be able to control them. And this is what I think
Good.
they're trying. This is what I think they're trying to do with UBI. And you can tell me
It
what you
is.
think about.
Yeah,
So I
it's
think
I just said it. I said it's
I think
maximum
just a minute,
control.
kid. Just a minute. I think that at first UBI is going to work really well. In the first 1 year, 2 years, they are going to make it work so well to a point that if people lose their jobs, they are not going to mind because they are getting paid at the end of the month. And then it's like people will now depend entirely on UBI. People are going
Exactly.
to quit their jobs. People who lose their jobs won't mind, because right now, if you lose their job and you have no income, of course you are going to go to the streets. So with UBI, people will not have that uproar. People will not mind, and so people will lose their jobs. People will quit their jobs, and people will entirely depend on UBI. And then after some times, now whoever is funding the UBI will now come out, and of course he has control of the whole world because the whole world depends on him. And
Exactly.
so he will have, that is what I think that they are trying to do with UBI. I don't
That,
know what you
that's
think
exactly
about it.
that's what I just told you. Yeah. That's exactly it. Yes. It's sinister. Somebody to help you, but you can figure that out. Most people in the village, sadly enough, more are morons. They can't figure that out. I got free money. They don't see the sinister nature of what's being set up. They don't understand this is wicked. It's sinister. They don't ask somebody in the damn village, hey, do you know what a WF is? Who was that? What they got? Are they part of Jesus? Are they part of Allah? Yeah, nigga. Allah, Jesus.
This is similar to a drug dealer giving you free drugs until you
Yeah,
hooked onto them, then
exactly.
taking away the drugs. And now you
Great,
have to
great
almost
analogy.
worship,
Exactly.
you will have to
Exactly.
worship the drug dealer for them to give you the drugs again, because you're already hooked to them. You can't live without them. But before the drug dealer came, you were living, you had your own life, you had your own means. But now you hooked and there's nothing you can do about it. So we really have to be careful about this UBI thing. Not like there is so much we can do about it, but at least we can
You can
talk
bring
about it,
awareness. You can bring
and tell.
awareness. What you're doing now? You bring
You can tell.
awareness. Let people know this is not the good thing you think. See, and
Mhm.
this is why Africans, especially, were kept so ignorant. Because I need to get rid of your ass because you sit on the resources that the planet needs to survive, and I want it. See, they don't think Africa belongs to your black ass. You gotta sound illegal. You know, you African, they don't believe the shit should belong to you, but that it does belong to you. They feel your land is theirs.
Mhm.
That's in all their papers. What? Niggas ain't supposed to have none of this. We'll take it any way we can. That's what Leopold, that's what colonialism was about the first time. These niggas ain't, these morons ain't supposed to sit on this kind of wealth. They're too dumb to do anything with it anyway. Let's invade their ass. If we can wipe them out, good. If we can't, then we'll just colonize their dumb ass. That's how
And
brutal. That's how brutal it is.
Jiba Jaba asks a very good question. Why are the humanoid robots always painted black? Notice that
By the what?
the humanoid robots are always painted black.
I haven't noticed. I've seen some white ones. I haven't seen always the black ones. I've seen a white one they showed a white one, he was in the field. I think he was chopping grain. I was like, God, damn, look at this motherfucker. I said, you can't compete with that robot. And the robot somewhere in America, that motherfucker was chopping grain. I was like, God damn, you can't compete with that shit there. I was like, damn, that damn robot was chopping the shit out that damn farm. That grain, they was, pulling the grain up. I was like, shit. It was on YouTube. I was like, God damn. You can't, I mean, that was on TikTok. I said, you can't compete with no shit like that. God damn. That mother was harvesting that grain like in 10 minutes. Like, God damn.
And it is true what Jibajaba is saying. Most of those humanoid robots are black, darker than me.
I ain't seen no damn. I ain't seen.
I've shared
darker than you.
I've shared on our YouTube page.
You ain't even darker than you. You ain't even dark. Your youngest son is darker than you, Demore. You're darker than me. Like you real dark. Darker than me.
But I must be the darkest person in the studio. Are you the
darkest one in the studio? I never thought. Let me see who's darker than you. I guess you are the darkest one. I don't know. No. Shamani's darker than you, isn't she? Shamani.
Nah.
Yeah. Isn't Shamani darker than you? You shut on. I don't know. Nah. Shamani darker than you, Demore. I'm sorry. Shamani's darker than you. Shamani's darker than you, Demore.
Maybe. And these robots are actually scaring me. The AIs, the robots.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
The whole talk about.
Yeah, because you got to fight them. You got to fight them. You got to fight these robots. You got to fight these goddamn things. And you guys are the wickedest people in the world to create this shit. You got to fight these robots. You remember during COVID? You seen the Chinese had the robots, the dogs on the street, and they had robots walking around and shit. Get your ass back in the house. Chinese was starving over there. The robot dogs. They even got robot dogs now with guns on them and shit. Like shit. Man, what do you think they ain't building these robots to be nice to humanity? ain't building this robot. Hey, this robot's gonna be your best friend. Yeah. Why are you putting a gun on him then? Why should a dog have a gun? Because he's gonna shoot the shit out your ass when you act up. Like what? So
and the scary part, kid, is AI. I know it has been there for many years, but for us,
what is that? Put us up tomorrow.
We knew about the AI about 2 years, 3 years ago. For the general public,
let me show you what's scary, Demar. Put us up, Demar. Put us up. Go to YouTube and say robot dogs in the streets. Say robot dogs in the streets. This scary shit. Show that. They got them in Indonesia right now. They got them in Indonesia. I'm in Indonesia right now. That's scary. Go pull that up. Robot dogs. Them robot people walking and robot. Hey, get off the damn grass. Like what? What?
I'm seeing one in DC and it is scary. Yep. Let me share it.
Yep, one in DC, and they're walking around New York. They're walking around Boston. Hell yeah, they're scary. You have to fight this fucking thing.
As I shared that video, kid, I was saying, for us, the general public, we've only known AI for the last 2, 3, 4 years, maybe. That is the artificial intelligence, the like of ChatGPT. And if you have been looking at it, the advancement that it has made in those few years is incredible. I mean, right now, you can't even differentiate between an AI-generated image and a real image. You can't differentiate the two. And you ask, in the next, let's say, 10 years, it's going to be crazier than it is right now, because even the ones who are making the AIs admitted that by 2030 it will be more intelligent than humans. So how are we going to, it's scary to even think about.
No, it won't. No, it won't. It'll be a process stuff faster. It will be more intelligent than you know. Because it only can take information.
It might, kid. It might.
No, it won't.
It
It
might.
won't.
because
It'll be able.
because
It'll
they
be able.
learn, these AIs, most of them are coded to learn. They are machine. They learn from. And one thing about them is they don't make mistakes. One. Two,
Yeah,
they
they
are
do. Yeah, they
automated.
do.
Whatever they have been
Yeah,
programmed to do, they are going to do it. They have no
yeah.
feelings. If they are told to shoot you, they are going to shoot you without looking at you. And I think they are going to be more intelligent. They might get more intelligent than
How you
humans
doing?
because, kids, of the database that they have, of the access to information that they have. For example, if I ask you a question right now, you might not know the answer, but the AI might not also know the answer, but it has a wide database to look at. If it's trying to walk around the street, all it needs to do is access the Google Map database, and it will know all the routes, all the paths. It is. So I think they are not exaggerating when they say it might get more intelligent than humans, because the amount of time it takes to learn is not the same amount of time it will take for me to sit down and read a book. It can scan a book in seconds. I need
But
3 days to finish.
that,
So I kind of think it might be true. It might get uncontrollably intelligent, artificial intelligence, and the whole. Yeah, robotic dogs in DC just walking around. If this does not scare you, then yeah. So that was universal basic income. We were to tackle universal basic income first before going to the news update.
that's why they
Uh,
got that robot dog for you and your universal income. That's what's all
mhm.
being set up to do. You get to talking crazy, got the dogs on your ass. But that's for you and your universal income there, Demore. That's
And
what
then
they're
Jiba
setting up.
Jaba
So it's all coming. That's what they setting up.
Jiba Jaba talks about limitations to their capabilities, which I agree.
Yeah.
He says, check the
Yeah.
amount of water used to cool these supercomputers. It takes hundreds of thousands of gallons. So there might be limitations to their capabilities through Jiba Jaba, but they also have some strengths that human can only dream of. For example, access to so much. They have access to so much information, so much. If it wanted to beat you up using taekwondo, karate, it can access karate handbooks and beat your ass up using karate. It can download videos and handbooks. If it wanted to know how to use a gun, it can download handbooks on how to use a gun.
It's a robot. I don't think it needs. I don't think it needs. I don't think it needs. To fight you. To fight you hand to hand. The more. I mean, I don't see. I don't see no robot doing no karate or no kung fu.
it, it might it might want to punch you on the face.
The more is crazy. There's a robot doing karate. Kung fu. I think it'd be a little stronger at the world doing kung fu. I think it can grab you and rip you apart. I don't see. I don't
Yeah.
see. I don't see no robot doing no kung fu. Kung fu
And some
robot.
Is that gonna be all
kickboxing
for you
type.
today,
Yes,
sir?
ma'am. That's it.
555.
Robot just grab you and rip you apart. They don't got time to be doing no kung fu. He can learn kung fu. That's the crazy shit I've heard. Robot doing kung fu to make it learn kung fu. Robot grab your ass and rip you to shreds. The more.
Do you need the receipt?
No, I don't need
Have a
it.
great day.
They don't got
Doesn't need to
time. They don't got time to do no kung fu with you. Rip your ass apart.
Yeah.
Should I fight the Maury? Or should I just rip his ass apart? I think I just rip him apart. You know, karate and kung fu on this dude. Robot be strong as shit. He'll rip you apart. You can't fight no goddamn robot.
And the other scary part, kid, is right now robots are having. If you've seen,
Well, look,
most
I
of the
want you
AI
to.
robots right now have
I
human
want you.
skin.
I
I
want
don't know
you.
if you've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's not. It's not human skin. It's synthetic skin.
Human-like
Closer.
skin.
Yeah,
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 human-like
synthetic.
skin.
I want you to pull up,
Yeah,
pull up,
mhm,
pull this up tomorrow. Say, why does Chat GPT have
mhm.
hallucinations?
Does it hallucinate?
Yeah, all I'm doing because it's not real knowledge the more. It's just gathering information. So if you
Yeah.
think it's not smarter than you, it just can gather information faster than you and retain it, but they can't distinguish real information. So
Mhm.
so it hallucinates. So ask them say, um, how long will Chat GPT hallucinate? You know, ask them that. Ask them. You see, because it doesn't know what's real from what's there's no reality from fiction.
Mhm.
So maybe that does meet your description. Maybe it thinks it's in a kung fu movie and it's gonna kung fu your ass to death. Cause it sees you taking your kung fu stance. Ah, nigga, you think you're gonna cook your? They gonna do your kung fu on me? So,
So I was telling you about how they how they have this. They are now having AI robots with human-like skin, grafted human-like skin,
of
and
course.
with the advancement of look at Voice Lab, for example, you can
Hmm.
clone anybody's voice, and
That's
now
true.
they can. So that means in the next few years you might not even be able to know who you are whether the person you're talking to is an AI, is a robot,
Exactly.
or a human. They can send
Exactly.
an AI kid to Africa, and we never know that is an AI
That's right.
kid.
You won't even know it. He was saying, "Hey, big boy, let me let me do something with your penis." What? Yeah. Okay. Whole robot.
Yeah, it is scary when we look at some of these advancements. In as much as they
Man,
are good, they are making life
imagine
easier.
imagine
Mhm.
more, the more you in the village, you like 150 years behind mentally. And somebody bring a robot out there, you think it's a human being, that's a whole fucking robot. He tells you, I'm Jesus. he start doing all this incredible shit, chopping down trees with his hand. Oh, gee, that's Jesus, nigga. It's Jesus. The whole robot, the whole synthetic robot, tomorrow.
But they wouldn't survive in Africa, though. There's no power. They would all die by the second day.
The more, they probably got them. They probably got them their own personal power. The more where it's self sufficient, it actually powers themselves back up.
Hmm.
But they don't. Mm-mm. They
So
won't use Africa as external for. I'm sorry, the more
let me try to find out from ChatGPT itself where it gets its. Let me ask
hallucinate.
it where it gets. Let me ask it where it gets its information first and why does it hallucinate.
Mm.
Let's see what it's going to tell us from the ChatGPT itself.
Okay.
Where do you get information that you give us? Let's just find out.
Okay.
I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, it.
Yeah, so it says I draw my information from a data set comprising various sources, including books, websites,
Exactly.
and articles, and other texts available in the public domain. Uh, yeah, that is up to January 2022. I
Yeah.
don't
So it's
think
letting
it's
you know.
lying. It's not
Well,
even
yeah,
lying. It's saying the
not.
truth.
Yeah, it's not learning. It just gathers information. So it's subject
Mhm.
to hallucination because that's just information. That's not learning. It's just regurgitating information. That's why when you ask to do certain things, you get it doesn't. It still can't reason. It has no
Mhm.
reasoning capability, but it can gather a lot of data. So you think that's smart? Now, no, that's just data gathering. They can comb the internet and other places for data, but It can't reason. Has no method of reasoning. So it's still not smarter than you. And they have Demore. And we were raised, I want you to look this up. If we were raised right, Demore, you are a genius as a child. African children, Demore, are geniuses. But you're raised as a moron. We're all raised as idiots. We're all born geniuses, but we're not. Since our parents don't know shit, and we're in societies that make sure that we don't know shit, right? That doesn't want us to tap into that genius mindset of ours, and doesn't have us set up because they know how to make geniuses. Demore, this is all known science, but they don't want that because that would upset the apple cart. That upset the you all these geniuses run around. They're not going to be oppressed. They're not going to stay. That's how they start running the society. So you're born as a genius. You're born as a genius, and through life and culture, you get dumbed down. So and you can look that up too. That's the African people. African people with your melanin, but melanin is a superconductor, Demore. So you gather in more information than any robot. Your brain works a million times if it's optimal, but we don't run like that. Your brain, Demore, works a million times faster than any robot. But we don't know. We only use like 10% of our brains because our society is so fucked up. 10% of our brains we go the whole life with. You can look that up too, Demore. And we access 100% of our brain. There's no robot that can ever outwit us, outmatch us, outthink us. But we only use 10% of our brain because of the society that we grew up in.
And I was asking it, why does it hallucinate? And it has denied that it hallucinates. And it has started lying. It has started lying to me, so I'm going to log out. I asked whether we can access whether we can we access 100% of our brains, and it says the notion that humans can only use 10% of their brains is a common myth.
I only can tell you what design. Now go to Google and ask Google that. A search and see if the search engine let you go find the truth. See, so it's already designed to not let you know that you only use 10% of your brain. That's a scientific fact. That's not a hypothesis. That's a scientific fact. I asked Google, say, the human beings only use 10% of their brains.
This one is giving me tips on how to access 100% of my brains.
Oh, but that GPT said it was a lot.
Keep learning, grab a good book, stay active, be creative, and a lot of other bullshit. So that was UBI, but we went ahead and talked about AI because you can't talk about UBI without talking about AI.
It's all connected, Demore. Yeah. All connected.
Because even the system that is distributing this universal basic income to the people is an AI, and AI is everywhere. By the way, don't look when I talk about AI, you don't have to look at ChatGPT. Even YouTube is a whole AI. That is why I always suggest videos to you that you watch. That is why sometimes I do a live here, and there were 8 people in the live, but it says no views. AI messing me up.
Yeah, what it done? Yeah, because we shadow ban. And the shadow ban
you go to TikTok and you're just going to find, if you go to TikTok, you'll find the algorithm in Africa and they're just going to have videos of women twerking and people drinking on your algorithm. And now you think that's the new cool thing. They're not going to have anything educative on your FYP. That is AI.
I don't got that. I don't got that on my algorithm. Unless you're looking at that on TikTok, it gives you what things you want to see. I don't ever get nobody twerking on my shit. I'm always scared to get on TikTok. You guys told me.
You need to scroll further, keep downward.
I do.
See
all
videos
time.
of women twerking.
Never. I never get them, Demore. Not ever. I never get them. I was hesitant for so many years Somebody tell me, get on TikTok, you need to be on it. I said, nah, there's a bunch of twerk videos and goofy niggas shit on that shit. Nah, I don't need to be on that shit. But in the beginning, until it knew what I liked, my algorithm, right? I was getting them videos. I was getting I got a bunch of goofy dance challenges videos, dude, and getting people twerking. But as the AI learned me, learned that I don't look at that shit, it doesn't send it my way no more. So I'm completely isolated. I forget that shit's even on TikTok the more. I don't get that at all in my feed. In my For You feed, I don't get no. Sometimes I do like to look at the goofy dances. I don't even get that. That's my regular. I don't get the dances. A dancer don't get the twerking.
What does your FYP look like?
What my For You page look like?
Yeah, your For You page.
It's all African and black history and black people on a fight, and all my lives go to black youth in South Africa and Nigeria and Kenya holding these damn group chats, trying to understand why they're poor and who will control them. They're starting to like really learn how the world works. You know, some are being messed up because I've got colonial minds. You can't keep blaming the white man. Who the fuck put you in poverty, dummy? So those conversations are going on. That's why TikTok is so dangerous. That's what's in my algorithm. I wish I had my phone. I'd give it to you, let you see. I don't get the dance challenges.
Not for so long though. I saw you guys are banning TikTok. You'll only have OnlyFans and some other apps remaining for you up there. They're banning TikTok in the United States, if I'm not wrong.
They banned it because it's dangerous. I told you what I told you because it's dangerous. It's waking up everybody. People start to know the cats with the small hats run the planet. The more that's what I'm getting on my thing. The youth know it now. That was always hidden. These lies of who actually runs this planet. You got real presidents. That's all a lie. Everybody's a puppet, like you just said about Ashmir Rocha. Told you I don't give a damn who runs the country because I really run them. All I want to do is print the money. I don't mind what puppet sits on the throne because I run the puppet. And so people starting to wake up on TikTok. The youth are saying, well, damn, who owns the Federal Reserve Bank? They believe it's owned by the government. They like, this ain't owned by the government. No. Who owns the IMF? Who owns the World Bank? Who owns these institutions? They're not getting all your politicians all phony, all puppets and paid for. All your presidents are all selected on the planet. So that's, and the cats with the small hat talked about it. They won't.
As we finish with the UBI, the robotics, and everything, so that we can look at what was happening throughout Africa today. Here is evidence that I was not hallucinating like ChatGPT. So, in case you've never seen it, here is a robot doing martial arts, doing kung fu. And Jiva Java was saying a robot came to the village and did kung fu. If a robot came to the village and did kung fu, he would be God. And here is a video of a robot doing kung fu. So you have to be careful, kid, or you get kung fu by a robot. beating this nigga up badly.
Right.
Yeah, so that
the robot didn't kung fu the hell out of their ass. Like the robot won.
And Jiba Jaba says that is CGI, that is computer generated images, which might be in this era we can't even tell what is computer generated, what's real and what is not. Yeah, but it might be CGI, might be computer generated image. Right now they can even release images of you doing things you've never done, and you can't defend yourself and tell people that was not you, because that is you. We can see it's you. We can see it's Keith right there, but it was not you. You are not even there.
It's called deep fake technology. Look at that before you go say, look at tomorrow and say deep fake technology. Deep fake. The CI created that really back in the late 70s. They perfect that shit, deep fake. Like I said, now we know about that's been around for like 40 years. Deep fake technology.
Yeah, I
Like
can see it. Yeah, and I was checking whether they are illegal, and they are apparently they are not. They can people can make deep fakes of you.
yeah. Yeah, but the more walking down the street, say, Demore. Hey, Demore walking around Nairobi naked. Say, Demore, we see you out in Nairobi naked. What the fuck you doing? Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm not even
I'm
I'm
at the
not even in
studio.
Nairobi.
Nairobi.
It's a
I'm
Rift
over
Valley.
in Rift Valley. I'm in Rift Valley. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Demore, I just seen you. Tell me I ain't see you. The hell you doing?
let us let us now look at what was happening throughout Africa today before we are out of time. So in Nigeria, we start with Nigeria, where some soldiers were killed. 16 soldiers were killed in southern Nigeria during fighting. So there's been this whole war happening in Nigeria, and
who,
at
who
least
they
16 soldiers,
who
including
they
two
fight?
officers.
Who they fight, Demore?
This one was between. There were two communities that were fighting, and then the soldiers were responding to a distress call during the fighting. So people
Okay.
called the soldiers, said there's a war going on, and when they went there, they were killed. 16 of them.
Yeah.
The
Like
attack
that.
happened in
That's that
Delta.
tribalism. And that
Yeah,
tribalism is real in Nigeria, Demore. That shit is crazy.
it was a conflict in Delta, and the two communities were the Okauma and the Okolaba.
I told
Uh,
you. I knew it's gonna be some tribal shit. I told you.
mhm.
There's gonna be some
Yeah.
tribal shit, Demore.
So Nigeria, I don't know what to say about Nigeria. Abductions by the Boko Haram, fighting. Those who are not abducted fight against each other.
You can
Those
be
who, those
honest.
who are,
You can say it's fucked up. Be honest.
so in Nigeria, if you're not abducted, you fight against your neighbor. If you don't fight against your neighbor, you vote for
All
Tinubu.
right.
So there is no way out if you're Nigerian. And
Yeah. You can be Burner Boy Wiz Kid. Burner Boy. Last.
so that is sad news from Nigeria, with 16 soldiers dying as they were, and these ones are not even in the war. They were just responding to a call of distress, going to save people, but killed in the process. And so today, Bola Tinubu came out and ordered a manhunt for killers who killed the soldiers. So this is after he said on Thursday that they are not going to pay no ransom for anyone. The people who kidnapped the 300 school kids were asking for ransom, and Tinubu came out and said they are not going to pay a single dollar for nobody. And the kidnappers gave them, was it 21 days to have paid the ransom, or they are going to kill all the kids. So it is now a battle between time, Tinubu, and the bandits. So we don't know if the Nigerian army will be able to rescue them within 21 days. If they don't, the kids are going to get killed. And Tinubu has said they are not going to pay anything. I don't even think he has the money to pay, even if he wanted to, with with the economic woes that are happening in Nigeria. So all we can hope is for the
I
best.
thought
We can just
I
hope
thought
that the
I thought
Nigerian
Nigeria
army.
was an African giant. Why is the naira worth less than the Kenyan shilling? African giant. All right, they can sit down and shut up.
And talking about the Kenyan shilling, I forgot to mention this, or I was to talk about it on Friday. The Kenyan shilling was named the best performing currency in the world.
Uh-oh. I thought.
Yep, it looks like it is
Now,
doing really, really amazing.
now we got to see, is this sustainable or is this a parlor trick because of the loan? Because I think they saw some Euro bonds and they got the loans, but is this sustainable, family? Is this real? Or this is what you call economic fakery? Or like in 6 months later, is the shilling crashes because Kenya's not really brought in no income or created any domestic product that brings in money, brings in revenue. Is this smoke and mirrors or is it real?
I was talking about this on Thursday. We've started seeing the effect of the US dollar, the Kenya shilling stabilizing against the US dollar, because Kenya is a massive importer. It imports everything. And so with the US dollar, the Kenya shilling gaining strength against the US dollar, of course, we saw with the fuel, it went down by a lot of money. It went down by the highest margin since 2018. We saw with ugali right now is cheap. The flour, flour is the staple food in Kenya. So flour has gone down. Electricity tokens have gone down. So we've started seeing that
So
effect of the Kenya shilling gaining
is it
strength.
is it stable though, Demore? Is this a parlor trick? What is the cause uh, 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 um for the ascending value of the shilling?
So
What is the cause?
this is I looked deeply into that on Thursday, really deeply into that, and the only
All right.
conclusion that I came out with was Kenya paid 2 billion euro bonds. So this is what happened. This is what is causing the Kenya shilling to gain. So the Eurobond was maturing soon, and people knew that the government did not have money to pay the Eurobond. It did not have enough money to pay the Eurobond. And the Eurobond was to be paid in dollars. And so people bought dollars and kept them at their houses because they knew the government would go into panic and look for dollars to pay the bond. So many people
So
had kept dollars in their homes in with the hope that the government is going to look for them. So they expected to sell the dollars at 200, 250 shillings. So they had kept it. So apparently Ruto went out from wherever he went, got money to pay the Eurobond, and that busted the bubble that people had that the government would go into panic and look for dollars. And so people started releasing the dollars they had because they
oh, so
knew
yeah,
the government was not
so it's
coming to
supply
look for them anymore.
so it's supply and demand issue. So
Yeah, so
they
the
were hoard.
dollar in the market.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they were hoarding.
Yeah,
So
so that
now
is
the
what has,
dollar. So now
that
the
is what
dollar
they
has
look at.
flooded the market, and now is lowered the value of the dollar because people were hoarding dollars in the beginning, thinking that Kenya was going to default on its Eurobond payment. So Kenya got a loan to pay the Eurobond off. So now they had to release those dollars into the market, and that dropped
Mhm.
the value of the dollar because there's too many dollars in circulation. So that allowed the Kenyan shilling to rise against the dollar. Okay, but
And and
I
and
don't know. I don't know if that's
I
sustainable though. I don't know if that's sustainable. Go ahead.
and I don't know what you think about what there's this economist that came out with this whole plan. And so initially when Ruto took power, the first thing that they did was they floated the currency. So before that, the currency was not. The government used to intervene, intervene to make sure it didn't go to the highs. So they let it float, and I personally think that was a good move at first
It
with
is
how it is
good.
performing right now. So they let it perform. They let it float. When it floated, people bought it, and they so the value went down when it floated. Of course, for any African country, if you float your currency, it is going to get devalued because we do not export anything; we just import. So once you
Exactly.
float a currency, it's going to devalue so badly. That is why it devalued to a point that it was at 160 at one point. And
Yeah.
then if they really knew what they were doing, if the original idea was to float the currency, let people think it is doing badly, buy it, then pay the bond and have it gain value, then shout out to them. That was a good plan. But I don't think it was a plan. If it was a plan, that was the plan originally,
I
then
don't.
that
I
is
don't
good
believe
news
it. I
economy.
believe it. I believe it was dumb luck.
Mhm. so so the Kenya shilling has become the best performing currency in the world in less than 3 months. It has gained by 20%, beating by far the world's second best performer, the Sri Lankan rupee, which has strengthened by 6.1%. So it is
I
doing
remember.
better than the Sri Lankan
I
rupee.
remember Sri Lanka collapsed. So these Sri Lanka was in full collapse last year.
Uh,
they were trying to
but it is
they were trying to kill the prime minister. So the ideal. Uh, I don't know if these things. I don't know if these things sustainable, family. But you don't make shit the most, and you import it. Your currency is funny money. You got nothing to back it. You got to have a real economy. You must export goods and services to other countries to stabilize your economic your currency. You can't import things and have value on your own currency. because you're not dealing at a fair trade system. You're importing all that shit, and then you don't make anything. You're not exporting anything to bring balance to your currency. You're dealing with funny money. I don't think it's sustainable. Or no. So people in Kenya, don't get too happy about your currency.
And I don't think it is going to gain, but it might be. So the central bank governor said it is going to get to 115 in 2 weeks. So let us wait and see whether it will get to that. The last time the Kenya shilling was at 115 was a long time ago, 2015, 2014. That was when the dollar was at 100, 106, 115. So he said that they are going to make sure the dollar in 2 weeks' time, it is going to be at 115. Might be true, might be another propaganda tool for the people who still have dollars to release them, because they now
exactly
release them in a panic.
Exactly right, the more because released because it's losing the value. There's no stored value in holding on the dollars. So that's a good tactic to make the people that still I still don't trust this government. I'm not letting my goddamn dollars go. So that might be a good tactic. So that's how markets work. They work on fear and intention. So we'll see. But I wouldn't let my dollars go. I'm like, nah, you don't make shit. You import too much shit. This is not real. This is temporary. I'm not giving up shit. Do you see me? Do I see Kenya start making a car factory, manufacturing their own clothing sector, their own housing sector, their own just making everything and exporting it? Then I'll give up my goddamn dollar. Until I see that, this is an illusion. It's not gonna last because there's no stored value. What's giving the Kenyan shilling value then? What's the value in it?
And if I had the dollars with me,
go ahead.
If I had the dollars with me, I would keep it. If I had $100 with me, I would not sell. I would keep it because it's a pendulum. Anything that goes that way if it gained that fast in those few months, it can lose the same way.
All right.
Economics just doesn't keep like that. Just doesn't jump like that. So the same way it jumped, it might go down also. So if I had dollars with me, if I had $3 with me, I'm keeping it.
I told you, me too, because jump is not based on, it's an illusion. It's not sustainable. My first thing say, is this sustainable? Is it real what I'm looking at tomorrow? Is it real? Is this sustainable based on real economic growth? The economic growth would raise your currency because you're actually exporting goods and services. You're building more factories, building more manufacturing. People have more jobs. So it can't be true because there's no more jobs in the country. When they know your currency is a lie, look at the employment rate. What's the employment rate in Kenya right now? Are people being employed tomorrow?
Let me check the employment rate right now. And there are no jobs getting created. That's a fact. We are not producing anything. We are not exporting anything. So
the money's go ahead.
But let us, at least we are enjoying the short-term benefits of the US Kenya shilling gain. Okay, we are enjoying, but
don't base your life on an illusion tomorrow. Have the knowledge to know, hey, this shit is baloney.
it is. You are not actually enjoying it as much as you think, especially for people who get paid
in dollars.
It is not a good thing for us, but it is a good thing for the country. Sometimes you have to look and say, as long as it works for the majority of Kenyans.
That's a good man. That means you have concern about your fellow man. The more, it's not just about you. So, but it's not sustainable. So let me see. Has Kenya created any more jobs? if people find it, because if your currency is that high, that would start job creation.
Mm-hmm.
All these things go hand in hand. If I don't see a bunch of jobs creating, and I don't see no bunch of manufacturing creating, nah, this shit is gonna go right back down. Nah, buddy. So, no, because you got more shillings in the market, that means it has more value. So I have more added value to start companies to give to hire Kenyans. I don't see that happening. This is a goddamn illusion.
If we can manage to keep it at 115, 120, that would be, it would be performing
Yeah.
well at 115, 120. That is a lot of money in
Yeah.
Nigeria, by the way. that is a lot of money. That
Right.
is a lot of
Right.
money for Maria El
Why
Setu.
they
That is a lot of money for them.
but they in Uganda. They ain't in no damn Nigeria.
No,
As
it's the same case with Uganda. I think one Kenya shilling is 35 Ugandan shilling. So it
damn.
is a lot of money for them.
Yeah, you right. Okay. Shit. As Joby, as Joby's Nigerian neighbor, why his ass ain't in Nigeria? Shit.
let's hope the bubble that is there, in as much as it's not sustainable, let's hope the bubble will last for a bit longer, and the price
It'll be
of
nice. It'll
land,
be
the
nice.
price of fuel.
I want exactly. I want exactly. I want Africans to be able to survive. I think it's a good thing. Guys get paid in dollars. I want everybody to be able to live. But hey, it's not sustainable. Shit. There's nothing I see that makes that sustainable. It's got to be. Economics, there are factors why things happen, why things don't. So if this is the case, there should be a bunch of jobs now starting to be created. Should be jobs now. People have now feel at ease because the shilling's worth more. Now I feel. See, this is how markets work. Now I have the confidence to now go create jobs because I have more money. There's more value stored in my currency. So now I can give a little bit out by creating another job for a fellow Kenyan that's not going to kill me because then I have my shilling has more stored value. So so I should see job creation in Kenya. I should see everybody going to Oman or that shit Joby showed African women getting hit in the head and thrown into a closet and told to suck this doggy's penis and all this crazy shit Joby showed this morning.
Africans should also focus on value addition, because that is an area we never look at. We produce good products. Ethiopia produces good coffee, Ghana produces good cocoa, Kenya produces good tea, but then we export it without adding value, without value addition. And so the export value of the things we export are very low. You look at the tea in Kenya, we export it as raw tea leaves. That is very little value in comparison to if we could process some of the products that we produce, if we could add a little value to them.
Add the value.
Ethiopia could work on its coffee and add a little value to it. If Uganda could work on its bananas and add a little value to it. If Nigerians could work on their music and add a little value to it, because value might go up. So if Burna Boy could add a little value to his music, and honestly,
come for you.
I've lost you, kids. And if we could add a little value to the products that we export, with Uganda actually exports almost 50% of Kenyan eggs come from Uganda. Milk come from Uganda. We have Ugandan milk in Kenya. So if Uganda could add a little value to their milk, stop exporting the milk as raw milk, as just milk from the cow. Add a little value to it. Make it butter. Make it something. Add a little value to it.
That's true. Demore,
yeah.
Ask your question. How'd you get so smart, Demore? Are your parents real smart? Are your parents smart?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, I'm just trying to figure. Because you got a little wisdom. See, I know you walk in. Always ask the African that's got. Always love to see the youth with intelligence, right?
They are not
Because most,
educated. Though. They are not educated though. Both of them. My dad was a KDF, an armed soldier.
okay.
So
Is he
they're not.
retired? Is he retired
Yeah,
now?
he's old. He's 59 or something. 60.
I mean, he's your father. The boy said he's 59 or something. You know, he's your own dad.
He's,
The boy said he's old. He's 50 or something, 59 or something. You know.
that man does not even know how old I am, kid.
Your dad? Hold on.
Yeah,
Your
he
dad doesn't
doesn't.
know how old. Your dad doesn't know how old
No,
you are.
that's African parents for you. They don't even
Oh,
remember. They don't even remember
oh.
how old you are or your birthday or those things. They remember your
How
birthday
many?
2 weeks
How many?
later.
How many siblings do you have, Demore? Maybe you got a lot. You got a lot of brothers and sisters.
I have 5.
Maybe that's why. Shit. I can't remember all these goddamn kids' birthdays. Goddamn it.
Jima Jama is saying control the entire chain of production, and that is
Exactly.
the only way we can at least have a higher export value to the things that we produce. Because it doesn't make sense us exporting. It doesn't make sense at all if Kenya exports coffee. Kenya produces good coffee, by the way. One of the best coffees, some of the best
One of the
coffee
best
in the
coffees
world come
ever.
from Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we export coffee as berries, then we import Nescafe. It doesn't make sense.
How about that,
It doesn't
Demore?
make sense.
But you know why it don't make sense? Because that's on purpose. That's on purpose. So you get
Yeah.
added value. So now you put out money for the same beans that came out. The beans come out of Africa and it comes back Nescafe. Here you go, nigga. Here goes some Nescafe. Costs 10 times the price of the beans that left Africa. So that's on purpose. You got to start looking at. Here goes something you should take a look at. Look at the trade deals that were set up to hurt African nations and the bit Europeans. So those are trade deals,
Come again.
Demore. I said, when you get a chance, Demore, go and look at the the WTO, World Trade Organization,
Mm-hmm.
and the deals that were forced on African people to have these horrible
Mm-hmm.
trade deals. Like you said, it doesn't make sense for me to take my copies and send them with no value added to Europe. Let's give all them people jobs because those people have jobs making Nescafe before the robots get them. Making Nescafe,
Mm-hmm.
and then sell the shit back to me 3 times the price, but it came from Africa. But these deals are set up so
Mm-hmm.
Africa can stay in these unfair trade deals. So when you get a chance, go study the trade deals African countries being put under the WTO, the World Trade Organization. All these fake organizations, WEF, WTO, all created by these same wicked bastards. So Africa's forced to send raw products to Maury out of Africa without added value because that gives Europeans wealth and what? Jobs for their people. That gives jobs to their people. Keeps African people poor and without jobs.
And you always say this. That is why if you look at the GDP of Africa, we looked at the GDP of Africa with you compared to the GDP of other countries, and the GDP is the gross domestic product that is
Yeah,
measured through the value added through the production of goods and services in a country. You look at the GDP of Africa, it's pathetic, despite the fact that Africa
yeah,
produces a lot. And you wonder
yeah.
why. And if we did what you say, you always talk about this, kid. You always say, even if we are not the ones who are going to produce to process the goods, let whoever is processing the goods do it in Africa
Do
so
it in
that we
Africa.
can create
Exactly.
jobs in Africa.
Exactly.
That is also going to help with our GDP because apparently the value will have been Africa, more jobs, more money in circulation,
Exactly,
less
Demore.
imports because we won't have
Demore,
to
look how
import less.
Demore, look how young you are. You figured it all out. You're in your early 20s, Demore. You think these other morons don't know what you just said? That's common sense. You just act. What you said makes a vibrant economy. There's an economy from an impoverished economy to a wealthy economy. But you said that's just common economics 101. Why haven't they done it? Why has no one done it? What you just said. It's easy. Why haven't they done it? What you said right there
All
is
it takes is for somebody like Felix Tshisekedi, the president of DRC, to just say we are not going to export more cobalt anymore. Tesla, if you want to produce anything, you'll have to create a production plant in Congo. You
exactly.
can export your batteries, but from Congo. I mean, it's okay. We are going to sell the cobalt to you. We are going to sell the minerals to you, but you have to do the production. You have to do the value addition. You have to do everything in Congo. Imagine if they did that, and now all the batteries in the world are sourced from Congo. And now the people of
Exactly.
Congo would have jobs, so they would not be fighting anymore. It's
Common
not
sense.
even that hard, kids. We just don't have
No,
the right
no.
people to do it.
Well, you got everybody. You got everybody scared because they know when you do that, the more someone's coming to see you.
Mhm.
So the CIA, the Mossad, or MI6, someone's coming to see you,
They're
Demore.
not coming. They're already here. They're in
Of
New.
course,
They are already here.
I'm saying they're here. I'm saying they are there already, but they're gonna come to your personal office and say, hey, nigga.
They're gonna pay me a visit.
Yeah, if they visit. Yeah, we thinking all those embassies in Africa. Every American embassy is full of damn CIA agents. Shit. That's what these NGOs are in Africa. Those are all CIA agents and shit. NGOs. All these fake ass NGOs all throughout Africa. Like I ain't seen one NGO in America. Why are they never in America? These goofy NGOs always in Africa, Mali, Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria. Hey, Jibba Jabba, really, Jibba
Jabba
Jabba.
Jabba
You
says
ever see
he will
Jibba
smash
Jabba?
right.
You ever seen NGO in Pittsburgh? Where you at? I know you ain't. I've never seen an NGO in my whole life. NGO. All throughout Africa, these fucking NGOs.
Yeah, and we're almost coming to the end of the show. Joey is coming up next. So today we did almost 1 hour 30 minutes. I was doing a recap on my Saturday show. That is why we started by talking about the universal basic income and some other updates from Africa, such as what has been happening. And Jiba Jaba says he has never seen one.
Never seen one in my life. The more I'm Jibba Jabba. Never. And I go to Africa. I'm like, what is this NGO shit? There's those American companies. What? This is spy shit. There ain't no American company. These are spies up in this bitch. Get out of here. Every African country is full of NGOs. Namibia, NGO. Angola, NGOs. Kenya, NGOs. Tanzania, NGOs. Fucking Mali, NGOs. Ghana, NGOs. All these damn NGOs that around here. Those are the spies to make sure they, like Demore just said, some common sense. Demore said, some common. You're not trying to start no war. Nobody say, hey, I want to give my people jobs, added value from the stuff that's in the ground in my own country. And they say, no, you won't, nigga. No, you don't. No, you won't. Because you know what that does? That puts Europe into poverty. Because then they don't have the jobs for their people. They don't get to come down and have their currency higher than yours. I doubt you have any currency higher than African currencies. It's absolutely insane. That's why they killed Gaddafi, because they know if you were to have a real African currency, Africa would Africa has the wealth to back a real currency. More.
I don't even have a problem with NGOs as long as they did whatever they said in the objective.
I do.
I mean, if you're talking about reducing poverty, reduce poverty. An example is
those objectives
in
are
Kenya
phony,
last year,
Demore.
in 2018. An example is in Kenya in 2018, 2019, NGOs received, there are over 12,000 registered NGOs in Kenya. So they received
Yeah,
about 166 billion in funds.
What?
Yeah,
Hold on. The government's funding these NGOs? That what you just said, boy?
So
Did you just say the government of
these
Kenya
12,000
is
NGOs,
Did you just say the government is funding these damn NGOs? That what you just told me?
no, I said there are over 11,200 NGOs. No, I did not say the government is sponsoring.
Okay. I'm about to say, goddamn. Hell no. You gonna fund somebody and you you got 12,000 NGOs in Kenya alone? Jesus Christ. Oh my, that is insanity. 12. Tomorrow, they're not there to do nothing they said to do. Those are spies and saboteurs and all kind of shit. 11,001. God damn.
There are NGOs. There is an
Tomorrow, what would a country like Kenya need 11,000 non-government organizations there for? 11,000, Demore. You know how crazy that sounds? Shit.
There are even NGOs to curb corruption. What do you mean?
I got an NGO to curb corruption in somebody else's country. It's all about. Let me do that. Ask this, boy. I got how many NGOs in Nigeria? Probably. Goddamn. Always gotta go back to Nigeria. Shit.
As I checked that out, I was saying in 2018, 2019, the NGOs received about 166 billion in funding. Where did the money go? Where is the impact? Where's the impact?
They're not there to help you goofy Negroes. Those are scams. They scam the West too. Say, oh, we're NGO, we're here to help these dirty Negroes. Send us some money so we help these niggas. They take that money and live good in Kenya. Those are people that living in that new UN city you showed me. Shit. That's where they living. Oh, look how bad these niggas got it. They got Jobies with all kind of starvation on her face. Look at this wretched bitch here.
You won't believe how many NGOs there are in Nigeria.
How many tomorrow?
You can't make this up. At this rate, I think Boko Haram has been registered as an NGO. 46,000. 46,000.
Damn! Say that 46,000! God damn! You can't make this up! God! That's 4 times the month as God! 46,000 NGOs causing all kind. That's why Nigeria's all fucked up. These NGOs are there, family, keep havoc going for the white man. 46,000! Jesus! Okay. That's how you know you don't have real presidents now. You wouldn't accept no 40,000 goddamn fake companies in your country. They're not bringing you revenue into your country.
There's 1,420 UK NGOs, United Kingdom NGOs working in Nigeria. 1,420 UK alone.
I know.
To the 46,000.
Yeah, man. That's them saying, Demore. They're not going to leave there even Africa. That's how they got. So I want you to understand why they did. That's how Europe got rich, because of Africa. See, there's 46,000. You get it? What? You got, it's only like 20 counties in Nigeria. You got 46,000 NGOs.
Let's see. That's how many per counties. Let's see how many NGOs.
God damn. Wow.
So that's about 2,400 NGOs per county.
Wow. What? What? Oh my Lord. God damn. You can't, man. That's absolutely bananas, family. You call this bad leadership? I don't know what you call. This didn't depress me. I went down the rabbit hole with the Maury just now. That you can't make no crazy. You know how many spies went around Nigeria fucking up shit? Jesus Christ! 2,000 in one damn county? Shit, you can't. Damn.
And
Wow.
as we come to the end of the show, that has been the Black Hot Fire News Update. We started with talking about.
Yeah, I'm depressed now. It's worse than I ever thought it was. Boy, just made it worse. God damn.
I thought I was done with the surprises until General Mosquito came in, and I had to check on how many NGOs there are in Ghana.
How many NGOs are in Ghana? Yeah, that's why Jim Mosquito's always running around London. They trying to take his ass back to Ghana.
There are 300,000. 300,000.
What? Yep. I know that's a CIA center. What? There's 300 more. Is that a type? Is that chat GTP? Is that chat GTP hallucinating? 300,000. Oh my! Yep. I told you Ghana was a CIA state. You can't explain why there's 300,000 NGOs in Ghana. What, 300,000? Oh my word! This is shocking. And niggas over there eating bush meat. 300,000.
Get the NGOs to vote for you, you become the president of Ghana. I mean, every single NGO has 10 employees and they all vote for you.
Yeah.
You just need to campaign in the NGOs alone. You're becoming the president of Ghana. This crazy. That is 3 million votes. 3 million votes from NGOs.
Damn. God damn. Yeah. 300,000. That's crazy. What? What? Oh my God.
So,
I bet you nobody got it.
This is not even a big country. You know, you might think Ghana is a big country. No. Ghana has about 32 million people. So let's see, 32 million people for 300,000 NGOs.
Because the CIA captured
that is
Ghana,
100 people is an NGO.
Yeah, goddamn. They
captured 100 people is an NGO.
God damn. You can see, understand?
Ghana has 32 million people.
I know. Ghana was captured.
300,000 NGOs.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Man. So if you guys know, Ghana was captured by the CIA when they overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. And they put 300,000. And Ghana, you ain't getting free no time soon. Because you don't know, you have no idea all these people are interwoven into your whole system. 300,000. God. That's fucking crazy. God damn. Wow. Wow.
Yep. That is how crazy it is. And it is a whole business of trying to get money from the West. And
wow. Man, you can't walk down the street in Ghana without tripping over an NGO. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm an NGO. I know, damn, I got another one. You can't walk down the street of Kumasi or Accra without tripping over some goddamn NGO. Shit. Damn.
Joby is kicking us out. And so
Joby,
apparently,
I got a lucrative business for you. You're gonna become an NGO in Ghana. Damn.
So that was all we had today on the Black Hot News Update. Make sure to join Joby in a bit. And a big shout out to General Mosquito who joined me late and he's saying this is my first time on your evening show. Come on, General Mosquito. It's not your first time here. Yeah, and thank you for joining me, though you joined me late. And
Now I know why Jim Mosquito's always run around on Instagram and Facebook. He's running around with all this anger because all these GMOs have taken over Ghana. That's why I see you always running around on Facebook videos and Instagram, nigga, as them NGOs. Oh, the NGOs, the NGOs.
I think General Mosquito is actually sleeping on a whole business idea. Why don't you go start an NGO? Call it something.
Yeah, call it. Yeah, call it anything.
Foundation.
That's right. The mosquito.
That would actually work with malaria.
That's right. Running Mosquito Foundation for niggas that run with malaria in Accra butt naked.
So big shout out to you, General Mosquito.
You see these butt naked niggas running around Accra? Come give me money for my foundation. It's called the Mosquito Running Foundation. They get there, run around, and mosquitoes are biting these niggas. Shit, they need the money. Hey, all you gotta do is get a bunch of Ghanaian kids and mosquitoes all on their faces and shit. Look at these poor niggas right here. Don't they need the money?
So let's try to join Joby family in the next few minutes. She tells me she has a good show lined up. Yeah.
It ain't as good as lining up niggas with mosquitoes on their faces, but NGO getting some money. Look at these poor, dumb, dirty niggas with the mosquitoes. We need money.
So that was all we had on the Black on Fire News update. Much love, family. Make sure to join me tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Shout out to the man tomorrow who don't even know his own dad's age. I don't know. He's old, 50, 59, 60, 70, something like that. Old ass nigga. God damn.